Good afternoon. This is a little update on the portable journal project. I've already done one. I've already done one just showing the pages I'd picked and the card I'd picked for the cover, and this is it all made and done. I decided to go with a thread that colour. I ummed and ahed about doing a rusty one, but because I chose this as the central, I knew that wouldn't work. So here's just a little flick through so you can see how the pages ended up. I used all the ones that I'd done a flick through of. Sometimes when you're putting together a signature, you're like, oh, I will I, won't I? But I ended up using all of them. I didn't neaten torn pieces. There's a bit of rust there where there used to be a staple, just because I like the look of that. I'm happy with most of the colours. Again, that's very pink to me, but I can cover it and do something with that. And that's the watercolour. Typically, I almost forget to put the watercolour sheet in. And so I've pretty much alternated a book page with a piece of writing paper. And I think I use 16 pages, so 32, 64 sides ultimately I'll have with this. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I've selected this to carry it about in, so I made this ages and ages ago for carrying letters, so I can pop that in there. There is enough room for a glue stick, which I'll take. I'll also probably take out and about with me a pair of scissors, and I will put in this little A4 plastic pocket a load of different scraps. And I've already had a look through my scraps and put together some ideas. So I've got in here, I've got the leftovers of the thread used for finishing off the signature, and I've got a selection of different stamps, different colours. I didn't have a specific colour theme when I was putting these together, so I've got all these stamps. Obviously won't use them all, but it's nice to have the variety. I separated a load of washi tape because I don't really want to take the whole rolls, so I just went through and took a different variety of colours that I thought would suit the journal. I've got a number of little tags in a scraps box, so I've just put a couple of them in there in case you use it. A bit of text. I love this acorn there. So like I say, this is all from scraps. This is a bit of coffee dyed paper. So these are all from my different scraps bags, and these are all just images that I've had knocking about that I like the colour of, that I think I might end up using. And it was just fun to go through all my scraps. Now theoretically I think I've kept that for that one, but I really like the colours and the blurring on that. And some of these are like book pages that came from a bouquet of flowers, and some of them I have ideas of things to do with. This is the greaseproof paper I did the wax seal on the cover on. And I'm really glad I did do it on a greaseproof piece of paper, because the first time I did it I made a huge mess of it and had to remount it all. So as I say, these are just the different colours, different ideas, different pieces. Some of them are like vintagey from floral books. That was just in one of the first pages of, I think, a book of poetry, and I love that little piece, would like to use it. This is an offcut from some mittens from a vintage knitting pattern. This is from the front page of a battered Ladybird book, and I remember this so much from when I was a child. Some of these, like that's an offcut from one of the pages I cut down to go in the journal. This is from an annual from like the 70s, I think. And there's an anachronistic Viking with the wrong kind of hat on, helmet on. And there's an avocado dyed scrap of doily that's left over. Little bits and pieces that I've cut, potentially for other projects but not used. I really like the fact that I had the hole in it. Love that little plate. This is from something where I use lots of the other butterflies, and I've still got a couple here that I could use. That's from an annual. Index, some music scraps from a book from the 60s, another book I think from the 70s. I really like that hand. Just another book page from an encyclopedia. Another, I don't know if it was entirely an index or just a list of different things. Those are cuts left from the card. That was left from the Grumpy Cats, but I really like the colours there, so might end up using her. Offcuts of the brown wrapping paper. I really like that. I might use that at the beginning. I've got a little piece of vellum here. It probably doesn't show up that well, but it's almost got a smoky element to it. Blueberry dyed music paper, wrapping paper. I've also got a napkin because I think I'll probably do a little bit of decoupage in there. This is just cream paper with the green type. That's from Christmas recipes from, I think, yeah, wartime meant to be. So that's a 1940s reference there. More scraps, random lady. Or there's that little lady at the back who's just a weird little thing. So I may use little weirdy more than the other one. And these are just, that was rose petal dyed, yellow onion dyed, coffee dyed, avocado dyed, just a card, red cabbage dyed, I think. More red onion, and I really just like that page, so I might stick that in just to flip out, because I like this, but I also like that laughing cat. I think that was another illustration interpretation of the Cheshire Cat there. So that's what I've got to go in it. Looking forward to taking these out and about. Not quite sure when I'll do the first one, but I just really love the idea of being able to be mobile with a journal. So yeah, that's where I am with that. I hope you have a pleasant rest of the day. Yeah, thank you for watching.